Okay, I'm originally from New Jersey. My wife's from Montreal, Michigan. We were married, lived in the States for the first 9 years, and then I decided to go up to Montreal. So we relocated and spent 25 years there. Now, how I ended up here? Real simple. It came like Christmas time, you know, and the kids were older, and we found ourselves alone at Christmas because my son's at his girlfriend's, my daughter's at her boyfriend's. We have 2 kids. They're still in Montreal, adults. And one day, I just pulled the country out of the blue like this. I said, you know what, we should go away for one Christmas. You know, it's just the 2 of us now. So I just grabbed something. The first country that popped into my mind that seemed a bit off the beaten track or exotic was Costa Rica. I knew nothing about it. I just said, let's go to Costa Rica. It'd be nice to go to midnight mass like in shorts and sandals, imagining it was like really backwoods. Okay. And anyway, we never made it here for Christmas, but in 2005, early 2005 in February, we took a 1-week all-inclusive trip here. It was like Valentine's week here, and we stayed over at the Hilton, which is like Playa Panama, a few beaches over, which at that time was the Premier Fiesta. And all I can tell you is, you know, we went for a sunset cruise one day down to Flamingo, and on the way with the tour guide, I see a billboard. Okay, and it says condos, $40,000. So I said to the driver, I says, is that for real or is that full of baloney? He says, no, that's about what they go for here. So that just kind of locked in my head. We did make the trip, it was beautiful, we came back. The next day, I think I'm sitting at the pool bar, okay? Beautiful, gorgeous day like this. And maybe I had a couple of drinks, you know? Wife sitting next to me. And just what happened was this very peaceful feeling came over me. Very peaceful, okay? Like I felt like I was detached from the rest of the world. You know, I was in some other planet. You know, I mean, like I knew that people are not naive here. I certainly wasn't. But for me, there was no war in Iraq. There was no terrorism. There was no war in Afghanistan. The crazy hustle bustle of North America. When I say North America, I'm talking U.S. and Canada. All of this insanity, this hustle bustle, the working for a living, it just didn't exist. And it just felt so peaceful. Then I had it. This is where the light bulb went off. Because when I saw that place, you know, for $40,000, it clicked. It said to me, you know what, I may be able to retire early and come here and live. And that was based on 4 factors and all equal. One was the climate, because I do not like snow. Second was the stability of the government here. Third was the cost of living, which was at that time a real deal. It's not a real deal now. You know, the everyday things have gone up, but it's still enough. If you factor everything, it's still a deal. And fourth were the people were nice. You know, it's a country like you could go tour around, rent a car, and go anywhere you want, okay? So that being said, the light bulb went off. For my wife also, you know, at the same time, we had the same idea. So that's 2005. I came in 2010, so that means for the next 5 years, I did all of the investigation. I read all of the books that are out there, retiring in Costa Rica, everything. So I knew what to expect when I came here.
Did you compare with other places?
Not even.
Not
even, just here. I really didn't, because at that time, really, number one on the list for expats to retire to was Costa Rica in 2005. So I looked no further, and I liked it here. So a couple years later, we bought a condominium, pre-construction, which is still in construction. It's bigger than this. It'd be, let's say, a 1-bedroom loft up and down in Ocotal, next beach over. And then I bought this place as an investment. Well, as it turned out well, because when I was ready to retire, I had this place to come to, and it's mine, so the overhead's very low. Yet I will have the other one ready one day. So when that's ready, I will move to there, and this, I don't know what I'll do with it. You know, we've personalized it so much over the last couple of years, this being our main residence. I don't want to rent it, I really don't. You know, I'll keep it like my beach house, or sell it when the market comes back. See, because right now it would be more of a buyer's market than it would be a seller's market. So it's a good time to get in here. I'm here legally. I mean, I have my residence permanent. I don't have to run out every 3 months to get, you know, my stamp at Nicaragua or Panama, whatever. I'm in the healthcare system here, which costs us full coverage, including dental, like Canada. What is it, about $85 a month for both of us? Yeah. So, you know, how do you beat that? Now, you're Canadian, so you can appreciate that a good portion, but on the flip side, Americans, you know, what they pay, it's just ridiculous, you know. Yeah, so we did it. Now, I'll give you back. I'm 60. I just turned 60 in December. I came down, it's December, so I was 57, going on 58 when I retired in November. I was with Bombardier Aerospace in Montreal, and I was a buyer, aircraft on ground buyer, background, you know. And I was able to do it, to pull the plug 2 years earlier, between my private pensions, my Bombardier pension, my whatever I had. Now my Quebec pension just kicked in. I am American. I worked in the States 13 years, so at 62 I will collect Social Security. In other words, I'm set. You don't need a lot to go here. You really don't. I mean, it depends how you live. If you're out eating out all the time and hanging in the bars, maybe 1,500. But two people that are relatively just living normal, the normal clean life, so to speak, just what they required, or saying they want you to have $1,000 a month, you get by on that. You get by, oh yeah. Which is pretty reasonable, you know. Give you an idea, my property tax for this unit is like $37 a year.
Wow.
Okay, so, you know, give you an idea. I love it here. I have no intentions of ever leaving. I will die here, be buried here.
Do you ever go back to Montreal to visit?
I had the first couple of years I went back in the summer months, and I couldn't wait to get back. Situation is, it's my wife's whole family's there, so all my in-laws are there. I do have a daughter who's 34, son 31. He's married. There's no grandchildren. My daughter's single, never has been married yet. My immediate family's in New Jersey, which really includes, other than nephews and nieces, it's my mother, who's 92 by herself in her own home, and two sisters. And I'm the baby, so it gives you an idea, like the genealogy there, they're pretty old, you know. So again, today with Skype and everything, I don't feel the need to go back. As a matter of fact, right now I have no plan to go back. I'm kind of waiting when my mother gets ill and needs help, then I'll go. Until such point, come see me. Like I tell my daughter, come see me. Rather than me buy the airfare for me to go up, same thing, I'll buy the ticket for you. I'm spending the same amount of money, but it's better, it's more fun for you to come here than for me to go up there, especially when you got a blizzard, okay? Absolutely. Come on down. When I retired, I decided I'm starting my second life. I would have loved to gone to the airport, naked with a bag of money. Like I've just been reborn. I'm reborn and I'm starting another life, and anything that happened before has no relevance whatsoever.
It's a new
Life's short. Life's short. Life expectancy is 78 years old for a man. I'm 60. That means I got maybe 18 years left. No time for any more BS in my life. Certainly not. Working for a living, I put 40 years in steady. 40 years, no breaks. 2-3 week vacations. 40 years. So cranking it out. So I was able to do it early, come here, and I'm very happy, and it suits me. This suits my character. Pura vida. And if someone's not interested in doing the full-time thing, it sure as heck makes a wonderful break. And there's a lot of people come down just for that 5 months or something. You know, when the weather's nasty back home, they come here, and it's a nice break. It's hell, I think, you know what, the food here is fantastic. I mean, the fresh vegetables and fruits. I mean, we're all living on genetic stuff now in the north. You know, that genetic grown stuff. Here I am, and to me, this is home. This is home now. You know, I get that. When I go away and I come back, I have the feeling when I'm returning that I'm coming back home. This is home. Ocean right there. How do you beat this? I mean, like a walk down there at 5 minutes, I'm watching the ocean, watching the sun fall into the ocean at night if I want, you know. It's beautiful. And as far as Costa Rica goes in general, we've been around it now, and I did it in reverse. You know, I didn't check everything first, but there's some people who I had met that settled here and spent a year traveling the whole country, and ended up here for sure as the Pato Loco people, and opened a business because they decided that this was the best place. For me, real quick, why I like northwest Guanacaste, the Cocoa area, it's happening. I'm a city guy originally. The weather, we have the dry season. Arenal inland, too much precipitation for my taste. No ocean. If you go south of here, it gets more humid and more chance of rain as you go to the Central Pacific or South Pacific.
Yes.
We're North Pacific. We do have that very dry period. And by the way, in the rainy season, it's not monsoon. The 2 years before I moved here, I used to check the weather every day during the summer months, like June, July, and August. For the last 2 summers before I moved here, Montreal had more rain than we had here during our rainy season. You know how it always rains on the weekend?
Yes.
You know? Yeah. I like to tell people it's not a monsoon. It's not Vietnam where it's raining for 3 months nonstop.
Just a downpour and it's gone.
Exactly, and everything is very green too. Like I say, go south here. It's more humid, a little more mosquitoes and things like that. North of here, there's not too much. The East Coast is very different. It's worth a trip for sure, the Caribbean side. But I would not live there. It's a little more remote in a sense, but it's nice certainly to visit. And that's my story. And people say, what do you do? Well, you know, I do play music, so I have that. But aside from that, I do nothing, and I'm not bored. So go figure that out. Because just in your daily day thing, whether it be your walk on a beach in the morning, the trip to the bank, oh, what are we gonna eat tonight? Let's go down to the supermarket, hang out, have a cocktail if you so do and buy before dinner, talk to people. I mean, you're occupied. My one brother-in-law, he had a big job. He was a postmaster in the States, like for North Jersey, big position. And he retired, he's a couple years older than me. And I asked him once, I said, Tom, what do you do? He goes, nothing. And I said, you know what? I understand exactly what you're telling me. But yet you're not bored? No. Just chop the wood. There's things to do. And if you have a hobby like you paint or whatever, this is the opportunity. If you want to learn to paint, this is the opportunity to do something that you never had the chance to do while you were working. It's fantastic, you know? So no, I'm not bored. I use this analogy. For me, a big day is shaving. I didn't shave today. This is a major chore. Because I am so laid back. And then flossing and brushing afterwards, I need a nap.
That's all the time.
I need a nap. You know, you're really chilled. It's nice, it's wonderful. Well, pura vida. I'm a happy guy. I have a hobby too, I'm lucky. You know, I play music.
Yes, I hear it.
And I was able to now, because I retired, I was able to pursue my passion, which I never really was able to in that 40-year spread. You know, you're raising a family, paying a mortgage, grabbing the overtime if you can, all of that stuff, you know, the hustle bustle rat race. If I get super hot, there's a pool I can go into, there's the ocean I can go into. I can come inside and get a little air conditioning for a while. You know, heat won't kill you. If you have water in a little shade, it can go up to plus 30 degrees, plus 40 degrees Celsius. Don't move, drink your water, sit in the shade, you won't die. Sit outside for a half an hour in minus 40 and you're dead. So that tells me something. Cold, heat. Which is good, which is bad? Heat's good for you, cold's bad. There's one will kill you, the other won't. Personally, I just don't think it's natural for the human being to live in sub-zero weather. I really don't. There's risks of falling, hurting yourself, everything on the ice, car accidents, the whole bit. Oh, another thing too, as far as investment goes, future, you have an international airport right here and a brand new state-of-the-art hospital. This is big time as far as amenities go for an area. That's super. It hasn't realized itself yet, but in 5 to 10 years, I think it will. I hope you take a nice decision. This is a good area. Look no further. This is it.
That's what we're here for.
This, I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.